Hello, everyone. Welcome to episode number 14 of Unleash Your Inner Badass. And today we're going to talk about business expectations. A lot of us are here in this community or anywhere you're watching this from are on the business journey. And we get this question all the time. I'm doing all the things you teaching me to do. I'm not seeing the results. When I'm going to see success? So this is the $1,000,000 question, right? If you know the answer, you will be successful a lot faster. And that's what we're going to talk about today. So who want to start with your business journey? How long did it take you to be successful? And what do we mean by being successful? Because everyone has their own definition of success. And actually, a lot of times we define it wrong way and it keeps us stuck as well, right? So many people think success is when I'm going to start making a certain amount of money, be recognized, be, I don't know, proud of myself, prove people that I accomplished something, prove myself that I accomplished something. A lot of people define success this way, and it's actually holding them back. So, what are you defining success by, guys?
I want to talk about an acorn.
An acorn?
An acorn, because
Okay.
in order for an acorn tree to grow, okay, the acorn first has to put down roots. It has to do the work. It has to lay the foundation for a massive tree to grow. So it has to put down, it has to grow, put the roots down, okay, and get all the nutrients from the soil, get the water from the soil, get all that, so that it can start growing. And so often when we like join a network marketing company, we're not prepared to put the roots down. We're not prepared to actually learn the skill sets. We're not prepared to, spend the time, growing the audience, building real relationships. We just want success. We want immediate success. We want that check. We want to be walking across the stage. We want to rank advance 5 times, in the first month. We want all the things, instead of actually trusting that process, okay, and thinking, okay, I need to learn skill sets. This is a whole new thing. I became a dentist. It took me 5.5 years at university to learn how to drill and fill teeth, to learn how to look after teeth. It wasn't like I want to be a dentist. Okay, I want to be driving that Porsche
tomorrow, and you're a dentist.
No, I want it tomorrow. And so we're not prepared to spend the time growing the roots, learning the skill sets before we actually start seeing success. And success, it's not the end result. It's the wins along the way. It is the growth that you see in yourself.
It's not what you get at the end of whatever journey you're on. It's who you become in the process. That's what matters. But we so get caught up in the chase, right? The next thing, the next whatever business, the next result, the next goal, that we lose the sight of, like, who are we becoming in this process? And actually, when I was in the beginning of my network marketing journey, I hated who I was becoming. I was becoming a spam bot with the hidden agenda. And all I could think about when I go out with my kids, with my family and friends, how can I bring up conversation to my products or my company? And I hated it because I'm like, I want to talk about school or flowers or clouds or whatever, right? Like, it becomes so engraved in your brain that, oh, you got to make that sale, you got to make your rank, you got to that you start acting certain way. And I realized it doesn't serve me. I do not want to make money or living that way, right? I want to enjoy things with my family. I want to be present. I want to give them time. And I want to talk to people who talking to me about whatever they want to talk about, not about my company or products, unless, they bring up this conversation. The reason why I started this business, right? We started this business because we want time freedom. We want residual income so we can go and do whatever we want, but it ends up being completely opposite, chasing that success. So
Yeah.
now I know for sure that success is inside job. You have to feel successful before you're gonna get material return on your um, mindset work. And a lot of us just skip that part, like, oh, mindset, whatever, I know, blah, blah, blah. We'll listen to those motivational things, but we rarely apply them in real life. So that's where I see a lot of people struggling with their
Mhm.
success story. And also expectations. Like friends said, acorn and oak tree. I usually bring up the story with the apples.
Well, I called it an acorn tree, an oak tree.
Acorn
As
tree,
I
oak
said, I
tree.
thought that's not right.
We all got what
My
you're talking
brain's
about.
not awake
I
today.
usually have analogy with apple trees. When we start in network marketing business, we already have a network of people, right? And we've been nurturing a relationship with those people our whole entire life. And it's like your apple tree that's already have mature apples. And we start picking low-hanging fruit, right? Your mom's gonna buy, your sister's gonna join, someone else, your neighbor's gonna join, because you already have relationship with those people and they know you, like you, and trust you. But there will be time where you're gonna run out of those apples, like your whole tree is gonna be naked. And that's where majority of marketers quit. Like, that's it, nothing is working anymore. 5 people bought, 3 people
And I don't
joined,
have
and
anybody
now,
else to talk to. Yeah.
yeah, you run out of apples. Like, your tree is naked. So what you need to be doing while you're picking those existing apples, you need to plant in new seeds so you have more apple trees. In fact, you can have that many apple trees grown in a matter of, I don't know, 6 months, 3 months, that you're not going to know what to do with all the apples. And that's where we want you to be, right? So stop focusing on just picking the fruit that's already been there. You've been growing it all your life, and start planting seeds for that foundation. So in 6 months from now, you're going to have so many apple trees and so many apples that you'll have to figure out how to make a jam.
I think Adrian brought up a great point before we hit going live. Adrian, share with, like, somebody that comes into your company, because we all see these people that join a company, our company, and they walk the stage as the rank. You know what the rank means, right? Like, they're making $10,000 or more a month. Like, that's the rank everybody's looking to hit, right? So and they do it really quickly, and so you kind of get this false belief, or this, like, I don't know what you would call it. It's like a sense of, oh, well, they did it, so I can do it too, right? But we don't look at their circumstances. So Adrian, share what you were talking about there, because that's super important.
Yeah, because we get this a lot. We get this from people inside of our community, students we mentor, people inside of our own team, where they feel like, I'm doing everything, like, when is it going to happen? And it's like, okay, well, how long have you been doing it? Well, I've been doing it for 7 days in a row, or 2 weeks, and so it's kind of lowering your expectation of what it really takes, the work, like Fran and Kat and Brandy were saying, of what it really takes to get to a point where you are bringing in income and you're bringing in new team members and new customers. Because I thought the same thing. And I think it was like, it's that, like, facade, or that, whatever was that I was shown when I first got into network marketing, was I got in to make more money and to have freedom, right? And it was a lot of, I need money, I need money, I need a new team member, right? So very much, me mentality. And I would go to these network marketing events, and you would see person after person on stage saying, I started 2 months ago, and now, I'm a double diamond or whatever. And you're wondering, like, what is wrong with me? And you listen to their story, you listen to, the things. It's like, I'm doing the same stuff. Like, how is it not happening for me? So after you see all these people, and you're just, all you have to do is help 2 get 2, right? And you're going to be a 6-figure earner. So you think to yourself, that's where your, like, expectation is, well, I'm doing those things and why isn't it happening? Right. So then going into like what Kat said, it wasn't until, and this was 3 years in, right, where I started doing the work and laying the foundation of what it really took, because I seeked outside of my network marketing company, got mentors of myself, and realized like it wasn't me necessarily. It was the strategy, right, that I was using. It was the fact that I had no network, I had no influence. And that's what these people had. When they move from one company to another, poof, right? They're right back up. Or you have this person. I remember one time, like this 85-year-old lady, and I was like, how in the hell? Like, I know I could do this. Like, right. But guess what? She was a chiropractor who had a network. And if, you know,
For 80 years.
Yeah, for years and years. And if she was a chiropractor recommending to people to take this, they're like, well, you're a chiropractor, you know, right? Like it's called influence. All right. And I
You had
didn't
a
have
lot of apple trees already there.
Yeah.
Yes. So I'm over here thinking, what am I doing wrong? But I wasn't understanding that they already had a network of years and years and years. And I hadn't done the work to build that network. My network saw me as a PE teacher, an athlete, like not someone that could have authority on skincare at the time, right? So I had to like do the work and build a new network and also do the work on myself, the personal development, right? I made a mind shift to make it about other people. And once I made it about other people and did the work on the inside, right? This is where you transform into this, you know, next level badass, right? And you start doing things for other people, being that servant leader, helping people, not just because they're in your team, right? Like all the things. And that's when the magic actually flipped. And I laid that foundation. I watered the seeds over and over, and I got really consistent. And that doesn't mean for 7 days. That means until, okay? Until. So
I think is the key word.
how many of you have showed up every day for 30 days, for 60 days, for 90 days, right? Like really playing full out and making that commitment, because that's what it takes to get the ball moving, especially on social media. When there's so much noise, right? There's so much noise in the news feed. There's people, you know, watching people show up every single day, right? So once I made it about other people and not the dollar sign, not the sign up, not like doing it for selfish because I wanted money in my bank account. I wanted a new customer, a new team member, and then did the work on myself, is when my business gained traction and took off. Okay, but that took me 3 years to grow into that part in my journey. And once I did that, though, I built a 6-figure business in 11 months of that point. So I think a lot of us have this expectation that, okay, well, I've been doing this for 30 days and nothing. Okay, it's not nothing, right? It's you're watering. You're watering. First of all, it has to grow before it buds fruit or it buds flowers, right? You continue to water every single day. And then once it does bud the fruit, the acorn, the apple, right? Like you pick them off and then you continue the process, right? To bear more fruit, more seeds, right? It's a constant cycle. Okay. But the expectation that I'm going to start a business, or I've been in a business, I've been doing a strategy, and now I learned a new strategy, but it hasn't happened for me. And I've been doing this for 14 days, 30 days. That's an unrealistic expectation. Yes, is influence marketing and strategies that we've all used. Is it going to, at the end of the day, give you a faster result? Yes, but you have to do the work first. That's going to build upon what's it called? It's the compound effect, right? What you do today isn't going to show up for another 30, 60, or 90 days. That's how this works, right? But once you get in the mindset or the psyche of, I'm going to make it about other people, I'm going to show up regardless of the big result, because you'll get results. They're going to be little ones. And those are the ones that you want to celebrate. Those wins, right? Those little wins, because it's those little wins that actually get you the big result that you want. So
Jenna has a great question. Watering the seed doing what exactly, right? Like, because there's a lot of things that have to happen in your business to grow your audience, to engage with that audience, and then to promote that audience. So watering the seed doing what? Jenna, if you're not in our secrets group, what's it called again, Kat? Social media
influencer secrets.
Okay, so go to that group, get in that group, and we're actually doing a free challenge this next week that will go over all of the what. Okay, so because it's a lot, we don't have time here to get into all of that, but if that's where you're at and you're like, wait, I'm willing to do the work, but what is it I'm supposed to be doing? That would be the best option for you.
And honestly, there's only 3 things that you need to be doing, right? To grow. We grew our business to 8 figures in 3 years doing just 3 things. That's it. And usually most people skip the first 2 things and they're growing the right audience, right? If we're talking about skincare or if we're talking about marketing tips, I'm not going to go and talk to my next door neighbor that I talk to about dogs or seeds or flowers. She doesn't give crap about marketing or whatever, right? It's a wrong audience. I mean, it's nice to hang out with these people at, a barbecue or whatever, kid's birthday party. But talking about marketing, no, or skincare, they don't care. So growing the right audience is the key. And a lot of us, like I said, we run out of our warm market, our friends and family, and we don't know where. Some people not even aware that you have to grow a brand new audience. You're planting those new apple trees, right? And the second step, majority of marketers skip all the time, is building relationships because they think, oh, it's a bunch of BS. I can just send 100 copy and paste messages to people I just added to my profile, and 2 is gonna bite. This is me mentality, right? I want to promote my stuff. What's in it for them? And do you really want to spend your whole entire day sending those copy and paste messages? Maybe you're willing to do that, but people who are watching you, how you grow in your business, they're not going to join you because they are not willing to do it.
They don't want to build their business.
They've done it 5 years ago and they said, hell, never again. Right? So building relationships with that right network is the key. It's everything. I would say this is the step majority of people should focus most of their time, and nobody does. Because what's going to happen when you're going to start promoting to the right audience that you have built relationship with, and it doesn't take forever to build good relationship, right? It could be done like, we're going to do that challenge in 3 days. That's all it takes if you put their needs first, not yours. So once you have the right audience and build a relationship with your audience, you can promote whatever you want to promote to that audience. They will buy just because you said it's good, it's awesome, and it's going to help them. That's how powerful this concept is. And yes, sometimes it takes longer for other people than the other, because some people come with already a network, right, established, and relationship with that network, and some people are brand new who just went through their friends and family and have no one else, right? It's going to take time. For me personally, it took 2 years, and it took 2 years when I saw other people got it done in 6 months and 3 months. It took me 2 years because I was stuck in my head thinking that I'm not good enough to be in this industry. I'm not getting something. People are not going to come to me because I'm a nobody. This is all bunch of baloney. I had to grow over, get over, right? And once I realized that, like Fran said, I am that acorn that already has everything that massive oak tree has, right? Imagine little tiny acorn and the massive oak tree. Everything that oak tree needs is already in that acorn. So I realized I'm an acorn and I don't need to be a freaking apple tree, right? Or orange tree. I already have everything that I need to grow all the way to a massive oak tree. And once you realize that, you drop, like Adrian said, the dollar signs, and you start showing up from who you are. You start expressing yourself from who you are, and your desire to help other people rather than I want to gain something. Oh, listen to me because I want to make more money, or look at my whatever new shiny thing. Go buy it. It's awesome.
Join me so that I can rank advance by the end of the month, right?
Yeah.
That's the worst.
Yeah.
Don't ever post that. I will punch you in the face.
That's why it took me 2 years.
Yeah, I'm only 2 orders away. Who
I'm only
wants to help
56.
me?
I'm only 56 pounds away from my next rank.
I
Nobody
remember I
cares.
used to post, I'm placing orders tonight.
Yeah.
If you want to if you want to add yours, let me know. Crickets.
Cricket.
I was placing orders every other night.
For yourself.
Social media.
growing my stock, growing my cupboard full of stock. Yeah.
Anyway,
Garage qualified. That's what I was.
Did you say garage?
Yeah, garage qualified.
we've done it all, and we know that it sucks, right? To be stuck in the same place forever and thinking, what is wrong with me?
Well, yeah.
So, and that's why now we kind of like make fun of ourselves because we've done it all. We're not making fun of other people who are still
No.
doing it. You have to do those things. You have to make those mistakes to realize, oh my gosh, is there anything better out there? So,
Yeah.
So I don't know who Facebook user is, but it said I would post like that because my leaders did. Yes,
Yeah.
crickets.
It's
yep.
That's what we did. That's what I did. Right? Everyone in the company was sharing the same before and afters. You saw all over, right? And I used to get people that would comment on all my stuff, minus that.
And what would happen? Someone would say, oh, I just posted this thing and I had 5 orders. And you will go and copy and paste what they said they posted and you get nothing. It's because they have the network and they have relationship with their network. They can make one post and have 5 orders. The same like what we do right now. We send one email and we get 120 sales.
Yeah.
Because we have built a network
Mhm.
and nurtured a relationship for 3 years with that network, right? So that's why it works. Like I could make a post and said, hey, I sent one email and got 120 sales. Want to know, want to buy my email script? You know how
Yep.
many people will buy that script?
A
Probably
lot.
thousands, but it's not going to work for you. Because
I think that's the key. Like people don't understand that it's an ecosystem, especially on social media, right? You have to have that ecosystem that Kat talked about, the grow piece, the engage piece, and then the promote piece. And
have
if you're missing part of that, none of it works. Like none of it. If you're just out there, if you're like, well, man, I've been growing my audience for months, right? Like I'm friending these people and I'm, doing this thing, but then you're not asking for what you want, or you didn't build a relationship with them. You're just friending them.
Mhm.
That's not going to work either, right? Like you've got to have it all working in tandem together.
And also having the courage to show up as you are, to be
Mhm.
you, not to go and copy. Like I did it too. Go copy somebody else's
Yeah, we've
post,
all done it.
and go and put it out my profile and think, well, they got it, so why doesn't it work? Because number one, it's not me, it's not my voice, and people, you got to have the courage and trust that you are perfect, and have the courage to show up as you are. Be you, be genuine, be authentic, be you, and show up like that.
And then sometimes when doing all the things and you are being genuine and it's still not working, it's because you have to build the skill set. Like, for me, for instance, I just told this story on our coaching call yesterday. When Carrie got started, she was a really great at doing curiosity posts. So curiosity posts is where, you talk about the benefits and a little bit of story, right? And then people are like, wow, what is it? I want it, right? And she was really great at it. And I got in and I totally sucked at it. I mean, I'm just a very straightforward person, right? Like, I'm like, you want it, buy it, right? Like that's how I was, kind of thing. But what I didn't realize is that Carrie had spent time working for a newspaper. And so she had learned that copywriting skill working for the newspaper. And so I had to learn that skill. I had to, like Fran says, put those foundational roots down. I had to learn how to do that. Carrie came into this process already knowing that because of her past experience, right? Now, on the other side of that, I had done hair and owned a salon for years. So I could talk to anybody. I could sell ice to an Eskimo. I'm not even kidding you. Like, it's a skill I own because I've done, with the salon, I talk to people over and over and over again. And Carrie had to learn how to talk to people in person. Like, so you can see how we come into this with different skill sets.
Yeah.
And everybody starts where they're at, and your A to B is set in stone. Like if we could tell you, like if we could say, okay, Kat, you just got started and you're going to be a millionaire in 2022, right? If we could tell her that and it was guaranteed, guys, we wouldn't be on here doing this podcast. Right? We'd be billionaires. Okay. Like, Adrian, we could say, okay, Adrian, you're going to be a millionaire in 2020, right? And that's how it's going to work. You just have to do these few things. And it was guaranteed, right? It's not how it works. There's no guarantee. There's no crystal ball. None of us can tell you when it's going to happen for you. You just have to trust the process and focus on serving other people. So
Jenna said, my mother and father never taught me how to be authentic. I'm learning now at the age 40 how to do that. Jenna, I am not an emotional person. I would say like Brandy and I are very similar in that aspect. It's like you just go and you just get the stuff done and you just, okay, I'm going to do this. Like we'll just take action. I too had to learn how to express myself on social media with using emotion, right? It's a skill set, like Brandy said, that I had to learn. So even if we weren't taught these things, even if we weren't, we weren't brought up like this, you can still, an old dog can still learn new tricks. And if you want to be successful, you have to learn and build the skill sets, right? Learning how to make these posts, learning how to be more vulnerable, use emotion in, how you are talking to your audience. And it's not something that comes natural to me. But now that I've learned it and developed the skill set, my brain thinks that way when I go to social media to speak to, my network, to speak to my audience. But it was a skill set I had to tap into, and I didn't do it easily because I'm just so cut and dry, and not everyone can relate to that, right? I can come across as not caring about people's feelings, or, I'm just a straight shooter, right? So I had to learn that skill set and then implement that in to do that. So, it's something that can be learned. So if you don't know how to be authentic and you're just now learning at 40, awesome. Okay. And it's not going to take you years. It's not going to take you 40 years to learn that. Right.
I learned that at 42 because I grew up where emotions were not allowed. Emotions, it's a sign of weakness. You have to be so guarded, so perfect. Where you would build that facade. It's like you building a wall around yourself, and that's not going to serve you anymore. So yeah, I had to learn how to be more vulnerable and show more emotion, and it's not easy. Check out
We were all the same.
check
We all
out
had to learn
Brené
that.
Brown. Any books of hers, Brené Brown, she talks a lot about vulnerability and how it's your power. It's not your weakness, and it helped me.
Who is it, Kat?
Brené Brown.
Brené
Brene Brown.
It's actually,
Put it in the chat, Grant, so they can find it.
One of my mentors actually said, your vulnerability on social media is your biggest strength.
Yes.
And that's how you get people to relate to you.
Yes.
So people aren't going to relate to fakeness. This whole fake it till you make it, like that's just
We're perfect. Perfect.
No, that's not
it.
Realistic. There's no perfect person in the world. And who wants to be perfect? That's boring, right? So being able to be okay with who you are and putting yourself out there actually gets more people coming to you, people who can relate to you because you're a real human that has flaws, right? That does things that other normal humans do, right? Like isn't perfect, is messy, maybe has a chaos in the house, right? Whatever that is, there's so many people once you start sharing those things that can relate to you. So it's just learning how to tap into that.
Well, guys, what is your takeaway from today's conversation? Where you see yourself in your journey? And what do you think you need to focus on in order to overcome those limiting beliefs, grow the skill sets, grow your network? So in 3, 6, 12 months, 24 months in my situation, you can have that many apple trees or oak trees that you're not going to know what to do with all the apples. The great part is once you learn the skill set and have established that, resilience, that mindset, I'm just going to go and I don't care, how long it's going to take me. You can transfer the same skills to anything in life. And right now I'm actually building something for my daughter. And that business is in the hole right now. And I tell her every day, it's okay. That's how it works in the beginning all the time. And she would yell, "Mom, I got a sale. I got a sale." I'm like, "Yeah, awesome." But she's like, "But we're still in the hole, right?" I was like, "Yep, still in the hole, but we're almost out, whatever." Like, it's like, because I know that's what it takes, right? And I'm teaching her as well. Like, it's okay that you actually lost money this month, but that's what it takes to build that foundation. So it takes over where you don't have to be spending money anymore, right? It's going to grow itself. So
I think
once
it's really
you have those skill sets and mindset, you're going to get through anything and you're going to apply them to any life and business situations.
I have a wish. I have a wish that leaders who get up on stage and share their journey and share, hey, like I hit this rank in 2 months' time, would actually be honest and share the whole journey.
The whole story.
But it's
Oh,
not sexy.
Mm-mm.
The whole journey, the whole story is not sexy, and that's why they don't share it. They share the the miracle. They share all the unicorn dust, the fairy dust, and all the magic. But if they were honest and actually shared how long it had taken them to get there, it would give a lot more network marketers hope that, okay, I just need to trust this process. This is going to work for me, but it's going to take time.
And I think that's really something that, that as we elevate the industry, that we tell the real story, right?
Yeah.
Like people for me, they're like, well, you've made $1 million in 2020 in network marketing. And I'm like, you realize how long that took me to actually make that, right? Like I started in 2016. So online. And I started my network marketing journey before that, right? There is no such thing as an overnight success. And that's one of the things that irritates the crap out of me, because it makes the normal people, the people that aren't chiropractors, the people that, haven't built the audience, wonder what the hell is wrong with us.
What's wrong with me?
Like, why isn't this working? I remember sitting there watching this 90-year-old guy cross stage on his walker, right? And he was like the rank, and he had done it in like 8 months. And I'm sitting in the audience going, are you freaking kidding me? I could like run circles around this dude. And
literally
like literally with my legs, right? Like literally run circles around him. And here he is, this rank that I wanted. And I was sucking rocks. Like I was making like $5 a month, maybe in my company, right? Like, but what they don't tell you is that, he's a doctor, or he has built network marketing for 30 years and just brings his team to the newest, greatest thing, right? And shoots straight up to the top of the company, or, like there's so many different variables that go on. But I just wish their real story would be told. I think a lot more people would be successful if that was the case.
And we don't mean to like, pop your balloon, right? But we're honest, right? We're transparent. And like Brandy was saying, we want to elevate the industry by sharing the reels. And, to think after, 6 years, almost 7 years of being in this industry and building an 8-figure business, would that be worth it to you? Right? Would it be worth it? And I'm not saying like, so there was other milestones along the way, right? There's a 6-figure business, then 7, then right. But you might not be, want to hear the fact that we're saying it takes time and everyone's time is different, right? But if 6 years from now, 3 years from now, 5 years from now, you had a 7 and 8-figure business, would it be worth it? Right? That's the whole like until you do it until, and then you keep going, right? So ask yourself that, because I'm going to say this, I would redo it every day.
Oh, I would do it all over again.
Definitely. I would redo it every day of the week to get to where we've gotten to today. And all the tears, the blood, sweat, tears, the crying and the shower, all of it. It's all been worth it. But if everybody could do it, right? If it was so easy that everybody could get these big results so fast, like so many people would be, right? But it's not easy. So that's why there's that 2%, that 3% that make it, because we disqualify ourselves right away because we have these expectations, these unrealistic expectations. And we just want to, you know, share with y'all the realistic expectation of what it takes.
And not everyone has the grit.
Yeah,
to
that's
go
what
through.
it boils down to. There's not really any failures in network marketers. There's just quitters.
Yeah.
That's it. So you get to
Those
choose.
people who are successful, they have grit. They have discipline.
They're going to stick with it until
They
they
stick
figure
with
it
it.
out.
They do it. They do the thing every single day. They show up. They do it.
Regardless of the results.
Goes away, right? If the company gets shut down or whatever, they just start over. They go to a different company. They start over. They do it again. They start from the beginning, and they, you know, they learn and they grow and they move forward. So if that's where you're at, you're like, you know what, I'm ready to quit. Then it's you that's quitting. It's not network marketing quitting for, you know, on you. It's you quitting on network marketing. So
yeah.
Anyway, hope you guys had some aha moments. Let us know in the comments what you got out of today, and we'll see you next time.
Yeah.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Bye.